Hello, it's me again, your friendly neighborhood Joseph McClendon III, and happy holidays to you. And I hope it's okay that every once in a while I poke my head in and give you a little video or some advice or some coaching from some of the things that my coaches have given to me through the years in terms of personal development and helping our lives go better. And I know you'll join me in recognizing that we have all got to make a difference in this world so that in the future, as things start to come down in these historic times, as I like to say, that we become examples of what is possible for the rest of the world. And no better time than right now, as you've probably heard me say before. And as my dad always said to me, he said the best thing that you can do for poor people, and remember, poor is not necessarily financially, although that might include that, but spiritually, emotionally, physically, health-wise, relationships, all of those things. The best thing you can do for others that don't have high levels in those areas, the best thing you can do is not be one of them. And in short, is to be all that you can be. And, you know, people keep asking me, as a peak performance coach, you know, everything that I've learned from my mentors who've really given a piece of their heart and a piece of them to help me, and it's been my quest to share that as much as it's what I owe to really share as much of what I've gotten with other people as well. And people keep asking me, well, why are you making such a big deal about the New Year's resolutions and about this time of year and everything? And the reason is because this time of year is the time to set up the year coming up, and it really is. You know, when you look back, the new year is a measuring stick. You look back over the year, and most people are going, I'm glad that '08 is over, you know, and I can't look forward. I want you to be able to look back in '09 and go, you know what, that was a great year. That was an unbelievable year. And I remember when I set those goals to do it now. And people are asking me, well, why do I make such a big deal about the New Year's resolutions and why they don't work? And what I wanted to share with you is my top 10 reasons, if you will, why New Year's resolutions don't work. And number one is most of them are made at the last moment without much thought. You know, people are asked, you know, at the stroke of midnight or close or a little shortly after that, well, what are your New Year's resolutions? And let's just say that most people at that point, their state of clarity of mind is not necessarily at its peak, to put it mildly. And, you know, they'll say, well, you know what? I'm going to lose weight this year, or I'm going to, I'm not going to be as negative, or I'm, you know, going to try and make some more money, and so on and so forth. And they make that decision right then and there, and they think about it, which means they haven't given it any forethought, and that moves into step number two, or the reason number two why New Year's resolutions don't work, and that is that there's no plan, you know, and as the old saying goes, if you fail to plan, then you definitely plan to fail. But it goes deeper than that. There's really no plan set in place of what you're going to do tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. That one's a kind of an obvious no plan. But the second type of plan that I'm talking about is a plan for continued conditioning of oneself so that they do more. And here's what that means. A plan of working on oneself so that one automatically, without, you know, hesitation and without procrastination, gets up early, stays up late, and does the things that are necessary to get the goals that they want to make happen. Because the things that we want, I'm sure you'll agree with me, if you want more, you got to be willing to do more. And sometimes that do more is a little uncomfortable. But, you know, when we set our stakes in the ground and when we condition ourselves, it becomes less uncomfortable. The third thing is people don't really necessarily believe that they can accomplish what their goal is. You know, in their mind, they go, well, I never have been thin, or I never have been healthy, or I've never had money, or if I've never been in a great relationship, and so on and so forth. So there's a core inside of them that doesn't believe it. And again, if there's nothing done about changing that belief, then it's going to be just empty words. Number four, there's no follow-through or accountability.